Hi, this is Camille from my Junk Journal Heaven. I just made a video and it turned out to be on time lapse. So it went very fast and I made these cute hidden paper clips on it using the ephemera from the kit from Rachel and Bella and Angela Kerr's kits. So I'm going to remake some to show you how to do this with ephemera that may not match on both sides. I'm going to put this one on here so you see they don't match on both sides, but it makes a cute hidden paper clip. And the same with these little farm animals. Now this one is just a regular hidden paper clip, but it used some of the ephemera. Now I have to figure out what I want to use to make another one, since my video didn't work out the first time. I have a lot of trouble with videos. That's just something I have trouble with. I end up with them messed up. Let me see what I have in here in the ephemera that would work. There's a lot of cute things in here, and there's a lot of things that would work really well. But I want to do some things that don't match so you can see what I do to make them work. Now those don't match. They're not the same size. I could put a beehive on the back of the beehive, but I don't want to do that. And I could do the birds. It's kind of tempting to do the birds, because I've been wanting to use the birds, but that's going to leave a lot of space up there at the top that needs to be covered with something. So I don't like that so much. I might try to make one with some of the round things, the little circles. Sometimes they're hard to decide what to do with in your junk journal. I've used them as page edges before and things like that. I could do the cow and the horse. Okay. Or I could do the pages and the pages. Which one do I want to do? I kind of like the idea of doing this because it's an odd size. And that'll show you how I did these. All right. First one we're going to do is the easy one, and that's the circles. And that's going to be the easiest because they will match each other. And I'm going to get out some paper clips here. I think I'm probably going to need a short one for these guys. Well, maybe not. Shorter than that. I don't know what sizes I have in here. I know I have big ones and I have small ones, but I wonder if I've got some in between or not. I don't know whether I have any in between. I think I have big and I have small. Now the big will fit there, but I think I could use pink there, maybe? Maybe not. Maybe I'd rather go with blue on those. Yep, I'm gonna go with blue on that one, and I'm gonna put the white one on that. And I'm gonna have to have a little one for these guys. I think I'll just go for gray with them. I don't have anything that's tan. I have yellow, but it's a big one. Okay, that'll work. That'll take care of those. Now, what I need to do is to let me see here. I think I'm going to mount these on piece of paper. I could use this one. Yep, let's just use this. I've got it out. I can use it, and then I can get another one. I have lots of this paper. It's wonderful stuff. I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to glue this one on it. I'll make sure I get it the way I want it to be. All right. And I actually could use a glue stick for this one. If I get it open, probably glued itself shut. It was so gooey the last time I used it, and it's still gooey. And I need a glue page, and I don't see one. I don't know what I did with mine. I had a whole glue book here and a whole glue page. Oh, there's the page. The glue book. There's the glue book. All right. And like I said, I want to get it just where I want it on there. Now I'm going to take this and open it up, and I'm going to glue the other one on the back. Get a lot of glue on it. And I'm going to put it exactly opposite on there. Probably should have put these on something else first, but we're going to see if this works. Now, if I had a circle punch that was this size, I could put them together and cut them out, but I don't. So they're going to get cut this way. Just around the edge of them. Up to this point right there. And when I get these done, they will be inked across the top there, but you got to have something to keep them together. Except I didn't get this trimmed very well around here. Thank goodness for ink. I can cover up those pieces that I didn't get out of there. Now these other paper clips, I left a thing at the top to put a tie on. This one, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that because I don't have enough room up there to do that. So I'm just going to ink it really good so that it doesn't show up so much. The paper at the top. And then we're going to put our paper clip in, and I decided blue for this one, but it doesn't really matter because it's not going to poke over the top. I just have to make sure it's going to cover it. And yes, it will cover it. Okay. So, here's what I did with the last one. Because you do not want your paper clip to stick to this, I'm going to put, let's see, how am I going to do this? I did it before. Okay. Yeah. I don't want this part glued to its partner on the other side. I may have to trim this down, but I don't want that in there. As a matter of fact, I know I'm going to have to trim this down some, but that's all right. And I'm going to put extra glue around the paper clip and a lot of glue around the edges here. I know it's not going to go this far down and this is going to get cut off, but I still am going to glue it because I want to make sure that it's glued well where it needs to be. And that'll probably be in this area here and along here. And the reason I have this paper in here, this behind it, is because I don't want the glue to get on the other side. All right. Now I can take it out of there. And I'm going to wipe away some of this glue here because it's way too much. All right. And now I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And I'm going to put the paper through the paper clip on this one, the glue paper through the paper clip, so that it doesn't get glued to the wrong spot on the other side. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I don't want any of this glue to get on the one like this on the other side, if that makes any sense. Because if it does, then it defeats the purpose of the paper clip, the hidden paper clip. Okay, press that down. Wipe away some of that extra glue there. Take it off the page, and I'm going to trim around it. And this one will be done. And it doesn't matter if the circles match perfectly, because they're going to be on opposite sides, on pages on the opposite sides of pages, and they just don't have to match perfectly. Now, trimming like this, I may be trimming off some on one side that doesn't need to be trimmed off. But this was the problem with this. But I'm just going to get in there and trim it. And then I'll ink it again. I should have just waited to ink it till I was all done. Till I was totally finished. All right. And up here it needs inking where that yellow is showing. But how cute is that? Cute little round paper clip. Something to do with the round things in the kits you get. Because a lot of people don't know what to do with those circles. I've seen people in their videos say, what do you do with the circles? There you go. All right. Another hidden paper clip. Ew, and ink or glue everywhere. All right, now this one's going to be a little bit more difficult. So, what am I going to do with this one? It's got to be backed on something. I have a piece here that I started on another one, and I didn't like it being on the pale paper, but I think these work okay on here. Yes, that's going to be fine for the backing for these. So, I'm going to get my glue book. My advertisement from Sam's Club that I never go to. It's about 25 miles away, something like that. I don't know. I just never go. I need to start doing it more, or else cancel my membership, one or the other. Oh, let's see. Do I want to use this or do I want to use a glue stick? Let's use the glue stick. That's what I got the glue book out for. Well, if I can get the pin back in the hole there. There we go. All right. Glue stick it is for these. I don't have much faith in the glue stick holding, but if it doesn't hold, I'll know before this journal goes anywhere, and I'll glue it with my art glitter glue. But this glue stick is really gooey, so it might just work. All right, where's my fold? I don't want it right on the fold. I want it just down from it. And a little bit further down. Yeah, that works. All right, and I'm going to glue this one up here on this part that didn't have glue on it. Boy, these are gooey. I've got some great big ones. I wish they'd get gooey. They don't work well. They don't come off very well. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Maybe if I haven't had them a month, I ought to return them to Amazon. I don't know. That's always a thought. Okay. Now, I'd like this one to be over a little bit more. Is it gonna work? Hope it works. Yeah, it took some of the paper with it, which is okay, I guess. Yeah, I like that better. I should have done that to start with, made it more central. Oops, and I put that down on my glue paper. Didn't want to do that, not on the glue book. Okay. Maybe I will go to Sam's Club. I think I'm due for a new pair of glasses. And my insurance covers Walmart and Sam's Club. Maybe I'll go see what Sam's Club has. I got my last pair at Walmart and I love them, but I need to get my eyes checked too. So if they have a optometrist there, because our Walmart does not. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim around this. I think I'm going to go ahead and use these scissors. I don't know why I'm changing, but I was going to trim a little bit of the cream colored paper. It's kind of fiddly here having to fussy cut this, and I don't like fussy cutting. So here I am fussy cutting and boring you to death watching me fussy cut. And this is a page that came out of the end of a book, so it's kind of a heavier piece. That I glued it to, in case you were wondering. All right, how is everybody today? Are you having good weather? I don't know whether I dislike that or not. I think it'll be all right up there at the top. If it's on a page, especially if it's on a white page, it wouldn't show at all, but I think it'll be all right. It won't be on this page, but yeah, that'll be all right. I think that'll be okay. I can ink it a bit so we can kind of disguise it a little bit here. Let's see if I can get this in here a little bit better. A little brush. Well, it got in there a little bit better. Not much. A little. All right. Now I'm going to ink around it before I get to the next stage. And when you're doing these hidden paper clips, you have to decide if you want the paper clip to come up in the middle and show, so you can attach something to it, like a ribbon or a string or whatever you're going to attach to your paper clip. Or if you're just going to have it to be flat like that. And I am going to put something up there, and I might be able to tie a little bow that'll cover up the top of this, where it's got the white paper. That does help to darken it a bit there. Okay. Now I need another piece of my favorite yellow paper. Fold it in half and cut. And I'm going to measure. Oh boy, it's going to need to be cut a bit. All right, down here at the bottom, I need to cut about that much off. And up here at the top, it looks like I need to make a tag shape. Let's see how that looks. That'll work. And I am going to do the paper clip through the top, like I said, because I want it to maybe have a bow up there that'll cover up the top of it. So what you do in that case is you take where is it folded? Oh, it's folded right there where that is. Okay. And take your blade and you're just going to cut a slit wide enough for the top of the paper clip to go through. And mine's probably a little bit too big, but better too big than too small. If I can get that blade back in there. Oh, I have the worst time with those. Okay, now the paper clip is going to go over here, over this, and then it's going to poke through. I need to get rid of those. It's going to poke through this hole. And I need my glue book back. And we're going to do the same thing we did with the other thing about putting it on the edge of the page. Well, I glue the sides down because I don't want the yellow to show, and I don't want to glue the wrong pieces here. So it worked really well to put it through the paper clip like this. Don't know whether I can do that or not. Yeah, I can. I can get it on like that and then just put it up here. Put it through. Oops, what did I knock off? My scissors. And I don't want the paper clip to come up that much through it. So I got to push it down a little bit. And maybe a little bit more. All right. I want to make sure the yellow paper is covered on both sides. And it is. So now I'm going to lift this flap up. Keep it down there where the paper clip is. Got to do that. And I am going to glue it. And I'm just trying to glue the yellow here. I shouldn't have to trim this one. Like I did the others, because I cut it before I did it. Which was probably smarter than I think, I hope. I hope it is. I hope it's smart. I am going to get the glue down in here where it needs to be, and I'm going to push that over on top of it. Push it down. And I think I can do, I'm going to quickly cut out my address here. I don't know that I care, but shouldn't broadcast an address, I guess. All right, now this side's going to flip up, and I'm going to do the same thing over here. This is even better than the one I did before. Because I've already pre-done it, and it's on the page like this, so I can glue on both sides. And they're not getting each other glued together. Oops, and that's not glued there very well. Okay. Now I'm going to let that sit there for a minute and dry so that those pieces don't glue together. Oh, this is the horse and the cow. And what was I going to do with them? I talked about it, now I forgot what I was going to do. Okay. I don't remember, so I guess I'll just use this piece again. Make use of the paper that I have. Cut that part off. And I know I said I was going to do something different with these guys, but I don't remember what it was. Oh. And I'm just going to use my art glitter glue. I know I said I was going to do something different with these guys. And nobody's telling me what I said. So, I guess I'll just do the same thing I did. Now, I want them to be kind of equal distance to the sides. So I think that's about where I want it. Am I getting it where I want it? Yes, there it is. And I'm going to have this white part showing up here again. But I think that'll be okay. I may just trim extra wide around this one and see how that works out. Haven't done that yet. Let's see how it works. And I think the glue's dried enough on this one that I can take it off. And I hope it hasn't glued itself to that. Oh no. Nope, it didn't. All right. There's that one. All right. I'm going to move this because I'll use it in a minute. And start trimming around this one. More fussy cutting, folks. More fussy cutting. I like the horse. Didn't know where to put the horse. But I like that the horse is in the kit, and I like that there's a page with the horse on it. I like horses. I used to go horseback riding first with my friends when I was single, and then later on with my sister. I wasn't a horsey person when I was a kid. My closest friend loved horses. So of course, when we were little, we had to pretend we were horses and what kind we were and so forth. And then when I was working and single and lived near her, I lived with my grandparents and lived just down the street from her. And I had another friend that I met at work, and she liked to go horseback riding, so the three of us would go horseback riding. And we went a couple of places. The one place we went was up in the mountains, and I can't remember how we ended up, but we ended up there and they didn't have enough horses for three of us. So they said, well, the guy went and talked to somebody and they said, well, you can take the boss's horse. So I ended up on the boss's horse, and the guy had to go out with us because I was on the boss's horse, the owner's horse. So he went out with us and we trotted a little bit and did some things. We didn't run. He didn't want us to run, so we didn't run. But it was beautiful up there. It was really pretty, kind of in a meadow area and hills around and stuff. Anyway, we got down this road going back after we'd been out for a while, and somebody, probably me, asked, could we run now? And he said, yeah, you can run now. They know where to go to get home. Well, I clicked my heels and clicked my tongue at the horse, and the horse took off, and I have never gone so fast on a horse in my life. I thought I was going to die. It had split reins, which I was not used to, and I should have tied them together. Just made a little tie in the middle with them so that I wouldn't have a problem, but I didn't before I started riding. And this horse took off, and I dropped one of the reins, and I was afraid the horse was going to trip on it. And the horse didn't particularly want to slow down or stop. I don't even know if I tried to, but anyway, got back to the place where we'd started out, the ranch, and I said, that was really fast. And he said, well, it ought to be. That horse has been on the track for 2 years. It could have killed me. I was not a person that liked to run that fast on a horse. Now, I liked running on the horse. That's why I asked if I could run, but I didn't particularly want to go that fast. This needs to be cut down a little bit more. I'll never forget that. My friend's horses weren't that fast. And I wished mine hadn't been either. I had a good time, but oh. You know, I might be able to fit a full-size clip on this. Let me see. Now that I look at it, I would rather have a full-size paper clip than a small one. And I think I'll just put a... Let's see. I think that'll work. I think the short side needs to go on this one. On this side. Oops. No, needs to go the other way. Short side needs to go down there. Oh, but then my paper's not long enough. All right, we'll get another paper. That's easy enough. I just happen to have a piece sitting right here that I can use, and that should work. Yes, that's gonna work. I have to recut it all back to the shape I needed it. Semi-triangular. And then cut down to the shape here. I'm sorry, I backed it up and put it back there where you couldn't see it. Okay. The idea is just to cover the paper clip. It doesn't have to be a big piece of paper in here to cover it. It just has to cover it. So that it can do its job. I'm going to put this little one back. Now I should put the lid on it before I knock it off the table and spill paper clips all over. That would just be more fun than what I want. Although I do think I have a magnet thing that would work to get them up, but still, more fun than what I want. All right, let's make sure this is where I need it to be. Nope, that top needs to be trimmed just a little more. Right there. Now, oh boy, if I want that to go up there, it's going to have to be really small. And I can't tell where the fold is. So, it's called making the fold easy to find. I'm going to cut my little slit. I think that's big enough. Let's see if it is. Yes, and I still have paper on both sides. Wow. Okay. Now I need to ink this before I do much else because I'm going to get myself ahead of myself and mess it up and not ink it. And the whole point of cutting it extra big around there was so I could ink it all. Don't you love that little calf? That is so sweet. My sister had a cow that had a calf. At one point they had what we called the farm. It was, I think, 1 1/3 acres or something like that. And they had stalls and area, and they got a cow, and then she had a calf, and they were gonna raise the calf for meat. And the cow was a mean, ugly thing. Oh, she was ugly, and she was mean. And she would take off and go to the river bottom. They lived where there was a river occasionally. And that darn cow went down there, and they had to go get her multiple times. Finally, and she was mean to get back. She was so ornery when they were trying to get her back. So finally one time, the last time they went down to get her, they said, okay, she's hamburger. And she became ground beef. She was just mean. All right, now what have I gotten myself into here? I'm going to have to trim this up some more. And I think I put it on wrong. Put it on backwards because, yeah, this side can take a little bit more paper clip. I need to make sure that that yellow is covered on all sides, so I need to cut it a little bit down here. And it's getting awful close to the edge of the paper clip. Oh boy. Too close, I think. Maybe I did need that small paper clip. Yep, I think I do. All right, out with the new, in with the old. And then, of course, she had horses because she always loved horses. She'd wanted a horse all her life. She had a friend in elementary school and junior high that had a horse, and they kept her horse. Couldn't keep her in our neighborhood. She lived down the street from us. So they kept her horse in a stable, and one year somebody at the stable let my sister ride their horse in the flower festival parade. We lived in Lompoc, California, and they had a flower festival parade every year, and she got to ride somebody's horse, and they dressed up like Indians, and my sister actually she has dark brown eyes, and she had dark brown hair at the time. Now she's gray white, but she had dark hair, and the two of them dressed up like Indians and rode in the parade. They had the time of their lives doing that. Whoops. Now I know I got this so it would work. I just need to get it so I can glue it down and not have any of the yellow show. Okay, we're almost there. Let me get my glue page back out, and I'm going to do the same thing I did before because I thought that was so clever. Putting the paper clip on and then putting that on it. It's too bad the other paper clip wouldn't work, but yeah, because this is going to be kind of funny. Well, it'll work. It will work. All right. As before, you want to cover the paper clip and the paper that's going to glue to the paper that you're using. I could have cut out a piece that matched this, which probably would have been better, but I didn't. So that's glued down, and I'm going to turn it over this side and do the same exact thing. Oops, and I've got you out of camera, I'm sorry. I forgot to move that up to where you could see it. Okay, lots of glue. I'm going to press it down. This one I may be sorry I did like this. I should have cut them the shape of the ephemera maybe, but we'll see. We'll see if it works. We will see if it works. Let me get out a journal here with pages in it. This is one of my journals for this. Now I'm going to leave that on there for a minute till it dries. This is one of my journals for this project, and let's see, we can put well, it wouldn't be on that side, but just to show you how it would look. It can be on there, and on the book side, or let me find a plain page maybe. Yeah, this one will work. There we go. Have the beehive there and the books over there. Or we have circles and circles. And I'll show you my other ones that I did. The little piggy. Oop, I got oh no, that's a flower on there. I thought it was a piece of something that shouldn't have been there. And the little calf, I guess. That's a funny looking one. Maybe that's a Highland cow, a Highland coo. I don't know. It kind of looks like it might be. Shaggy. And also the gates. Now I put these onto brown cardstock because there was going to be too much showing up there at the top of this one, and I just didn't want it to be out there like that. Anyway, and now the last one, the cow and the horse. And of course, you can put something up underneath them. I think they're very cute. And I'm sure I'm not the first one that's thought of doing this kind of ephemera, but I really like them. And I'm going to be using them in these journals. And I'll probably be doing more with other junk journals that I'm making that have other ephemera in it and circles. It seems like everybody makes circles in their ephemera when you buy a kit. So there we go. Here we are. Hidden Paperclips. Made from ephemera that came from Rach and Bella and Angela Kerr. And there's just a lot of ephemera. You could do this with anything that you have ephemera, and you could also do it with magazine pictures, anything like that. Back it with cardstock and make some cute paper clips. I want to thank everybody who's subscribed to my channel, and everybody who watches it and likes it, puts a like down on my videos. That really helps. Thank you all, and I'll be back. See you next time.